Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Aquarius. The full moon is on the 19th of August of this year, and this reading is going to flavor Cancer rising because I am looking at the lunation of the moon that has to do with your chart, but it is nonetheless a general reading for Cancer placements. It isn't going to resonate for everyone. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below. I am so grateful to be here and I appreciate your presence here. Let's get started, Cancer, with your overall your overall energy for the full moon, the King of Wands. Cancer, this is that aspect of you that feels yourself at the center, at the heart, moving from your heart energy. I think of the crab, the animal associated with you, as more of a sun at this current time. You're resonating strongly with the energy of emotional freedom. And when I think of liberation, I think of the sun card. So this is an energy of confidence, of feeling sure, of wanting to get things done, to pursue those things that you deeply desire. This is part of your energy right now in a way that motivates and inspires others that are willing to follow your lead. There is a determination here that is absolutely coming from your heart. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the Nine of Wands. I think that you've been working very hard at something that is important to your family, your community, even your job, some way that you have been striving to implement to establish yourself in some particular way that has caused you a lot of personal or emotional damage, difficulty, a lot of struggle here, but you are not giving up. You are determined to move forward. And this, again, is through the inspiration of the pursuit of something that is highly significant to you, that is an expression of who you are. And you will not have your flame dimmed. You will not allow others to dissuade you from pursuing this particular victory, which you feel is right around the corner. You can almost taste this. So this can have to do, obviously, with the job. This can have to do with a family, a community goal, perhaps your position in either your community, family, your job, where you have fought hard to reach a particular place, to implement a particular program or goal. You have finally, you're very close to making it, and you are giving it that last push. Hope you love my beautiful wildflowers. The first house, more wands, more fire for you, Cancer. And this is really vibing with the energy of how you're inspiring others. It is through an exploration, a discovery of your own unique talents, the things that you truly desire, independent of all the energies and desires of those around you. There's something that you're moving forward to in a place that is unfamiliar, that allows you to explore something outside of yourself, something outside of your comfort zone that you recognize the opportunity for greater expansion and growth. You want to expand yourself. You're not staying still. You're moving forward. And this is energy that is impacting on your most intimate relationships. Your model is encouraging others to do the same. You're giving folks the courage to lead the way into an area that feels risky, dangerous, particularly on methods and opportunities to share resources, to share the goods to make investments together that will be beneficial and shrewd. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your particular foundation, the high priestess, comes right back to your particular skill set. Here you are reflecting deeply on the experiences of your life. You're understanding where your own counsel you've kept close to you. There may be a feeling amongst co-workers, collaborators, family members, even friends that you are not, you are in your silence. You withhold, hold back your plans, your ideas, what you're planning to do. You don't share those broadly with others for good reason. There's a way that you understand that all of these experiences have given you greater access to your own self-knowledge and hence the wisdom you've accumulated in your life. It would be no surprise to me that others come to you for assistance, for advice, that people are, if you're a counselor, you're a good friend, you are a card reader, you are someone that people feel that they can talk intimately to in a way that is respectful of their confidentiality, but also of their innermost desires, secrets, challenges. And this is something that actually you've accumulated throughout your life as part of helping you to understand how you can persevere through similar struggles, how you can be vetted through the experiences of others, through this wonderful, compassionate talent that you have that allows others to reflect themselves in you. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, we have the Queen of Swords. And this is really the interesting to me. In your relationships with significant others, you are compassionate in the most dispassionate way. You can put your feelings aside in counseling, in listening, in being curious about the experiences of others. You're really about challenging your assumptions, challenging the assumptions of others, but doing it in a way that simply asks appropriate questions, that expresses a curiosity rather than a judgment or an agenda. This is a real gift. This is a skill. I see you in particular perhaps dealing with a partner or exchanging with a partner who you must lead through a difficult process or a difficult decision. This is one in which you allow others to believe that their decision is theirs, which of course it is, but you have an interesting way of asking pertinent questions that actually allow others to come out of their emotions, particularly of fear or suffering, and take a so-called objective look at the decision that is available for them to make. This is part of your skill set, Cancer, in general. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card and hope that this reading is resonating for you. If so, please like this video, share this with others who might find it useful, and certainly subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is important for me to be able to sustain the work that I do here. So thank you in advance for all the support you give me. I pull discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. There is definitely your North Star is about pushing through on a difficult task, something that you have been doing for a very long time, but it hasn't gotten any easier. And yet you're more determined than ever to get there. You know you'll be successful. And I pulled the Lemur. The key word is friendship. Tap into your charming and cunning nature. set out on an adventure that stimulates your senses. Interesting. So, the Knight of Wands in the first house is clarified by the Sun in the second house and the Hermit in the third house. Yeah. This energy, this emotional freedom that you're experiencing has a lot to do with your confidence that you now have in being who you are. Your own authority has given you that confidence to be yourself, your idiosyncratic self, you're comfortable with your difference, you're comfortable with those things that others may view as uh, a disadvantage, but you recognize are part of what make you your amazing self. And that sense of just enjoying who you are is linked with the empowerment of knowing that you have a right to be who you are, that you have a purpose and a place, and yet your way of experiencing that is also showing others that they too can be their own authorities. This is very resonant with the idea of the God, goddess within, that some religious traditions promote more actively than others, but you are very comfortable in exactly who you are, total and completely recognizing that you are supported by those who know more, those that you admire, those who you respect, and you have a way of uh, allowing yourself to sit with the stillness to face your own truth. You're comfortable in that being. That gives you joy, that helps you to express yourself in a way that's very uplifting to others. The High Priestess in the fourth house is clarified by the Page of Pentacles in the fifth house and the Page of Wands in the sixth house. So we've got two pages here, and this is really about an opening. And it's interesting because I was getting the energy of children or young adults, not necessarily children in terms of K through 12, but uh, um, the children of others. They can be adults. There's something about that that is resonating regarding who is watching you, who you are modeling your behavior, who is noticing. It may not be, for as an example, your siblings who are appreciating your ability to stand on your own, to be who you are, to assert yourself, but perhaps their children are observing you, and even if they're pushing back in defense of their parents, this is an example of a very specific story. They are understanding that you are doing something that other members of the family have difficulty doing, and that they admire you for this. In part, it's because you're open, you have opened yourself up to learning, to being open to doing things differently, to actually putting out there, putting forward what it is you want in a situation in a way that may be unfamiliar to them, that may be more assertive than what they're used to seeing, depending on their exposure to you. But you're also really surveying this new world that you're finding yourself in, how to wrest resources from others who either don't share your vision or are not used to cooperating with you, do not see you as an aligned member of the team that is legitimate. So, in that way, your willingness to stand back and do what needs to be done, accept that you're willing to try something different despite your clear vision of what it is you want to gain out of the situation, is actually inspiring and an opening to others with whom you must deal, with whom you're trying to get something accomplished with. In the seventh house, the Queen of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, in the eighth house, and the Ten of Pentacles in the ninth house. So I hope my flowers are not obscuring your view. This is powerful. It's almost as though your independence, and whatever that means to you, is showing me an economic dependence that you have, financial ability to cultivate your own garden, to stand on your own 2 feet, to tend to and take care of the resources that you command, so that you're always willing to invest in yourself, in those resources to maximize their utility, their longevity, but also that you are joyful about this, your own space, loving your own company, loving your own path, feeling good in your ability to be independent. That gives you a level of objectivity and power that is helping you to build towards a legacy. This is a long time story that I'm getting for Cancers. Collectively, you're working towards the distribution of some largesse. It could be a sum of money, it could be a physical inheritance. It can be, for many of you that haven't had the benefit of a financial bestowal, inheritance, that you simply recognize how privileged your life has been to some degree, and that you're now in a position to give back, to help others to gain the kinds of access you've had. This is really powerful because this is what you're aware is your legacy. It can be the legacy of somebody, of an ancestor that you are living up to. Perhaps you're extending this legacy in a way that updates it for a world that is changing. The Nine of Wands in the 10th house is clarified by the Four of Wands in the 11th house, and the King of Wands, a repeat, in the 12th house. The Four of Wands is about your actually stabilizing a cultural, social, or this emotional foundation. This is about truly stepping in, joining forces in a partnership or in a collaboration with others who value the same opportunities for growth that you see, and that, in fact, you want to celebrate. Despite the challenges, your willingness to step forward, to lead at least your own expression, to be clear about what it is you want, and to be willing to do the work to get it, to be willing to lead others, anyone who wants to follow, is really what you desire to celebrate, and what others who are observing you and being influenced by you recognize is a cherished goal of yours. So this legacy that you're working towards, that you've worked hard for so long to establish, to get going, to kind of ground into, manifest into a reality as an expression of your family, your heritage, your ancestry, is something you actually want to celebrate. You see this as a beautiful victory that is simply a platform of foundation for greater growth and expansion. This is celebrating the capacity to continue to learn and grow, and to be adaptable to a changing world. I'm going to finish up this reading with a yogic path oracle. I always appreciate your thoughts. If you would like to leave a comment, it is welcome. And I pulled the Bhuvaneshvari. Bhuvaneshvari. I'm butchering that. Bhuvaneshvari. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card before, so that makes it extra fun for me. Bhuvaneshvari is the goddess of space and infinite possibilities. You've learned the art of creating space and are experiencing the cosmos that exists inside of you. Bhuvaneshvari comes to you in deep meditation, in profound nature, in oceans, and in silence. Her stillness guides you to enter deeper into the cosmic web of potentials that exist for you in the present moment. Continue making time for whatever brings you to a point of total stillness. That is where your true self resides. Know that you are not just part of the earth, but the earth is also part of you, and you are lovingly held by her presence. Thank you again so much, Cancer. Until next time, namaste.